There he is. Now that I'm away from the highway, I want to talk about what I'm using. So I just picked up this yesterday. This is the Shimano SLX DC. I got the 150, the right hand. And this is rigged up on a 7-foot medium heavy CRB custom rod builder. Got a watermelon red senko on there with a piece of split shot above it. Now I like the split shot out here. I'm a big fan of split shot instead of using a bullet weight Texas rigging it. Keeps it off the bottom a little bit, lets it move a little bit more. Now you can peg a bullet weight above it. I just don't have any pegs to keep it up there. The sound is beautiful. Then behind me, I have a jerkbait on a 6'6" CRB custom rod builder, medium heavy, and a extra heavy 7-foot arc Okeechobee special. With a 1 ounce bullet weight on it. Now that's going to be my punching rig and flipping rig, and that one has a it's a not a crack and crawl, but the other Coogan bait. I can't, bandito bug, couldn't think of it. How's it going? Do you have any luck? No luck. He's got all the graphs. Now he did just blow through the spot that I really wanted to fish, which really sucks. Because there's normally some little bass right here, right behind this bridge. They just hang out here. I didn't get the hook up on camera because I was eating a chicken and a biscuit. What the heck? This is a strange looking bass. Got such a small mouth and fat body, and something definitely chomped on him. But that's the first fish of the day. Fish number 1, right in the corner of the mouth. Now look at how strange this fish is. It's got a really small mouth for a bass that's out here normally. Doesn't have a tooth patch, so it doesn't feel like a spot. Nice and fat. All right, let it go. That splashed me way more than it should have. And that was caught on the watermelon red senko. I was eating eating a chicken biscuit, so I wasn't recording. I didn't want y'all to hear me smacking. And literally on my last bite, hadn't even swallowed it yet, I hooked up with that fish. And that was on the DC reel. So that was the first fish I caught on it. So what I'm doing with this senko is this is a good place to flip too, because there's so much trees. But it's real shallow today. It's shallower than normal. So I'm casting up near trees and stuff like that, and I'm just bouncing that senko around it. And that one was sitting right at the base of a tree. And it hit it hard. It didn't wait at all. It took it and ran. Oh, got another one. Tighten my drag a little bit. Got another one. Here we go. Fish number 2. That was within like 3 or 4 casts of each other. So this one looks a little bit more normal with a big mouth. Not sure about that other one. watermelon red. It's like a staple in Texas. And I'll show you all that tree that he was sitting under, because it was a beautiful cast. I ended up casting right into that hole under that tree, and that's where he was sitting. All right, so now we have 2 fish in the boat. Let's try and get some more. Right beside that stump. That was a good cast. So what I'm doing is I'm lifting up and I'm seeing if there's any movement. If not, I give 2 little taps, ding ding, and just make that senko dance around a little bit. Try by that drainage pipe. There we go. He was running. I couldn't even tell he was on there. Come on, calm down, buddy. Don't put a hook in me. Yes, number 3. Number 3. These are all little fat fish. He took off straight out into the open. I couldn't tell he was on there because there was just so much slack, and I noticed it running is when I was like, oh shit, he's got it. Or oh shoot, he's got it. Trying to cuss less, it's hard. Especially when you're excited. Now because this is a drainage pipe, there could be another one sitting over there. I'll let the wind push me that way a little bit. Right at the mouth of that pipe. Alright, let's try this tree. The senko is just, it works, and especially out here. These bass don't get real big. This is hooked up to the Natchez, and if you ever watch any of the pro tours, when they go to the Natchez, you know, a 5-pounder is a giant out here. So these, you know, 1 to 2 pounders are really common. So a senko in this muddy water, just making it be able to dance around, it really gets their attention. Something that's real erratic, like a senko, normally gets the job done. And then whenever this place gets a lot of clutter, I like to throw a crawl into it. Come on, give it back, give it back, give it back. That is one thing about casting into the shade, is I can't really see where my bait is for a second. It's literally just hooked into the tiniest of limbs. See, if this would have been just a couple weeks later, when these trees are real cold, I could have just broke this off, like broke the limb off. But nope. Still pretty green and bendable. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that line, trim it up a little bit. I can see that I frayed it quite a bit. So anytime you see frays in your line like I got right there, you want to clip that off, because that easily is going to make this 30-pound line into, you know, 10 or less, or 15 or less. And I'm just going to do a traditional fisherman knot. Nothing special for a senko. Clip off the tag. These come in handy quite often. I like to keep clippers and fish grips connected to my kayak on these little tethers. And I use them constantly, whether you're changing baits or like I just did, fixing my line, straighten out my worm, which my worm's beat up, but I'm gonna keep using it until this thing falls apart. You know, we're getting our money's worth. Make sure it's straight on the hook. Might have to take the tip off this bait. All right. Now we're good to go. So I've been out here for barely an hour, and I've caught 3 fish. So we're doing pretty good. We're on a good roll. Nothing giant, but there's not really that many giants out here. I've seen a couple pods get pulled out of here, but nothing extravagant. Oh yeah, we're gonna get through this somehow. If I gotta go under it, if I gotta go over it, we're gonna get through. Oh, it's a stick. And you felt kind of fishy. It's a stinky stick. Let's see what will be easier, to go over or under. A lot of clutter to go under, but we could definitely do it. If this is deep enough, I think that over will be the better option. Might be able to get over it, just barely. Yep, we're gonna get through. We are gonna get through. If I'm high centered. All right, just ease on over. So this is why we kayak, for stuff like this. Now I bet there hasn't been anyone back here in quite some time because of this tree, which should make the fish less pressured. This is one of my favorite spots to come to in the summertime. My buddy Gabe would like it now because there's less spiders. In the summertime, it is wrecked with spiders. I don't mind them. Oh, that was a bite. There he is. There he is. There he is. Here's a better one. Here's a better one. Get in the boat. Yes. Out. That's a very solid little guy. I mean, he's got to be close to 2 or bigger range. 1.6. So it slowed down a little bit, but also I ain't trying too hard right now. I'm eating snacks. But just take a second to look how beautiful this place is. So you can't get back here with a boat right now, and there's just nothing but cypress trees, and see the Spanish moss hanging down above and stuff. This place back here is, it's almost magical, you know. And I've seen all kinds of crazy animals back here. Otters, nutria rats, which I'm supposed to get rid of them. And I've caught all kinds of fish too. I've caught big giant warmouths and bowfin out here. I'm just letting the current drift me through. Now I hope that's where the water's been going through and not gators. There is gators back here too. Not the same. Savage tatted on my face. Grape ape. Recent mommy hot box. There we go. Number 5. He picked it up twice. He dropped it and then picked it right back up. Alright. Fish number 5, a little baby. Alright, let's go ahead and let him go. What the f is this? Oh, I got a goo. What the hell? I got a freaking goo. Oh, this thing's gotta be like 4 or 5 pounds. I thought I had a monster. Oh, shit. All right, let me get off the phone so I can talk to my camera. All right, later. Holy cow. So I was on the phone with Danny, so I wasn't recording, and I hooked up with a goo. Look at this freshwater drum. Look at that thing. Right at 4 pounds. Check that thing out. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get the hookup on camera because I was on the phone. I didn't want y'all to be bored by me talking about work problems. Oh yes, inventory, supplements. That's not fun. Everything today so far has been caught. Watermelon red senko. This is watermelon red copper flake. I almost picked myself. Watermelon red copper flake. All on the DC reel. This thing's been holding up like a champ. That thing fought hard. I thought I had like a 5-pounder. Damn, I thought I had like a 5-pound bass. Well, that's a little change up from what I've been catching. Freshwater drum. Apparently everything eats a senko.